Greetings and salutations, and how's everybody going? How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? Davies Tallow here, coming at you after 5 days of being down the dumps with the gamboo. Yes, ever since last Wednesday, I've been feeling bleh. I don't know what I've had. I don't know if it's COVID again or just a regular flu. I don't care. All I know is I wish it would go away. But I got to get back on the horse, so hopefully we can get, excuse me. Oh, apologies. Hope we can get through this. I got to get back on the horse somehow. So anyway, today we're going to be ranking the albums of Alan Parsons. I already tried to record this earlier, and I made a major mistake on it, so I've had to re-record it. This is my second attempt. Oh boy. But yeah, ever since last Wednesday, I woke up Wednesday morning and, well, Tuesday I was feeling okay. Tuesday evening, started getting a little weird tickle in my throat, and I thought, oh, I better go to bed early. Thought I'd head it off, whatever it was. Well, by Wednesday morning when I got up, nope, not going anywhere. Got an extra day off of work. Had 5 days off. Originally only supposed to have 4 days off, and I get an extra day off. So anyway, enough of my problems. Today we're going to be ranking the albums of Alan Parsons Project, not Alan Parsons, the Project. Created by Alan Parsons and Eric Woolfson, two great men. Of course, Eric Woolfson's no longer with us. May he rest in peace. I've had a number of brilliant people play with him. Ian Barrettson on guitar, Andrew Powell, orchestra arranger, David Patton, Stuart Elliott, Chris Rainbow, who recently passed away as well. Started out in 1975 and lasted 1990. Officially, they put out 12 albums, but I'm not going to include the last two. Freudiana, which was released in 1990, which is virtually a Eric Woolfson solo project, though it was released as a Alan Parsons project album. And the Sicilian Defense, which was recorded in 79, oddly, but wasn't released till 2014. I've heard the Sicilian Defense, but I can't get into it. Freudiana, though, brilliant album. I love this album. I discovered this probably about 6-7 years ago, maybe further back than that. It's got people. Well, Eric Woolfson does vocals, of course, on it. Leo Sayer, Chris Rainbow, Kiki D, Eric Stewart, Frankie Howard. The ones I'm really impressed with is the title track, which Eric Woolfson sings, Freudiana, and two tracks done by the Flying Pickets. And the Flying Pickets is a British cappella vocal group. they're absolutely brilliant on this. They do, like I said, 2 tracks. But first one's funny. You should say that. Love that one. The one I love the most is Far Away from Home. Oh, just awesome. Just awesome. If you've never heard this album, check it out. It's just full of musical wonder. Textures, marvelous music and vocals. So definitely check it out. Especially this time of year. In fact, this would make a great, great stocking stuffer. So that's Freudiana. So anyway, back to ranking albums of Alan Parsons Project. Like I said, we're going to do the 10. And for those who don't know how this works, I start with my favorite, or my least favorite. I work up my favorite. This is my least favorite. Doesn't mean I hate it. Just means I don't reach for it as much as I do the others. So we're going to start with my number 10. And to the right screen here. Released August 27th, 1979. Excuse me. An album that I haven't never really gotten. It's okay, but I just don't reach for it as much. That's, of course, Eve. Now, back in the early days, the project would take on themes. Theme would be robots or buildings or stuff like that. This one was, the subject of women. As the back cover. I mean, it's had a couple of good tunes on here that were released on their compilation of their best or greatest hits. Lucifer being one, the opening track, which is okay. You Lie Down with Dogs. I'd Better Be a Man. You Won't Be There. Wind Me Up. They're all okay, but kind of boring. Damned If I Do. I like that one. Don't Hold Back. Secret Garden's okay. If I Could Change Your Mind. Not really strong. To me, Eric and Alan were just dishing around, trying to find things to come up with, to sing about, or make music about. Don't get me wrong, it's still good stuff. I still listen to it, but I have to be in a certain mood to listen to this. But for you, it could be different. So definitely check it out and make your own determination. So that's my number 10, Eve. Okay, on number 9. Okay, number 9, released June 16th, 1978. Its predecessor. So I'm talking about Pyramid. A lot of people love this album. And it's okay, but like with Eve, it's kind of a little bit on the boring side. Starts with Voyager, instrumentals, all right. What Goes Up, boring. The Eagle Will Rise is okay. One More River is okay. Can't Take It With You. The Last of the Gods, Pyromania, Hyper Gamma Spaces, and Shadow of a Lonely Man. Again, okay, but just not up to snuff to what I'm hold dear. So, yeah, I don't know if there was. I bought this bargain basement rack. So, and these were no. I don't think there was any pictures with the Eve one. No. They're all released back when they weren't using a lot of imagination with booklets and CDs back then. So anyway, again, check it out, make your own determination. But that's my number 9 pyramid. Okay. Had a coffee spell there for a minute. Number 8, released November 7th, 1980. Excuse me. I think this is the first or second album I bought of Alan Parsons. It's called Turn of a Friendly Card. Now, a lot of people revere this album, and it's a good album. Though, when I first got this, I played the heck out of it. But over the years, it's kind of lost its luster a little bit to others. What's to come. But don't get me wrong, it's still a great album. Starts out with Maybe a Price to Pay, kind of a doomy foreboding tune. Elmer Gantry doing the vocals on this. Then it goes into Games People Play, one of their hits. And this right here is where they start, I think Alan and Eric start getting their feel for things, what they want to, what type of music they want to come up with. But Games People Play, Take You to Where You Leave, and starts the ball rolling. Time is, I believe, the song that really got me to fall in love with Alan Parsons. The project, not the man, with the project. Love Time. I Don't Want to Go Home. Kind of a strange type of little tune. The Gold Bug. Not a big fan. It's okay. Then you got the whole Turn of a Friendly Card epic. Turn of a Friendly Card Part 1, Snake Eyes, the Ace of Swords, Nothing Left to Lose, and then Turn of a Friendly Card Part 2. Let's see here. I believe. Yeah. A strong album, not the best. Back in the day, I probably would have said, yeah, it's great, but of course, what's to come, I like a lot better. But definitely check it out. Very, very good, very strong. Definitely getting the project on the right path here. So, anyway, that's number 8. On to number 7. Okay, released February 7th, 1984. Hang on a sec. Better take another drink before I start coughing again. Album that's, definitely right up there with Alan Parsons' greats. Ammonia Avenue. And this why, this album cover is why I always lump Alan Parsons and Pink Floyd together because of covers like this and back covers. This, I believe, Hypnosis did the covers. Let's see. Let's say that here. Background. Maybe not. But anyway. That's why I lump Pink Floyd and Alan Parsons together. Because of the great album covers. So anyway, the music on here, great. Not the best, but it's great. Prime Time's great. Let Me Go Home, good. One Good Reason's good. Since the Last Goodbye, like that one. Don't Answer Me, love that one. Don't answer me, stay on your island, safe away. Dancing on a High Wire, love that one too. You Don't Believe, good. Pipelines, good. Little instrumental. Ammonia Avenue, the title song. One of those songs that I didn't care for at the beginning, but over the years it's slowly grown on me. Good progressive song. So all in all, this definitely check it out. Check it out. Strong Alan Parsons. Alan Parsons in their prime, right here. So that's my number 7. On number 6. Okay, released January 1987. An album that I immediately fell in love with, especially the title track about Gaudi. And again, it's continuing Alan Parsons projects. Way they did latch onto a theme, like with Eve, the theme of women, iRobot, the theme of robots, technology, pyramid with theme of pyramids. Here it was the La Sagrada Familia, and that's big cathedral in Barcelona that's been an ongoing project, I think, since the mid to late 1800s. And they've been trying to finish it lately, because a lot of people said that they never will, but it's going to be a big cathedral. They've had a lot of setbacks and stuff, but anyway, you don't know. If you're interested, go check it out. That's a La Sagrada Familia. But yeah, this album's great. Title song, just haunting, but full of life. La Sagrada Familia. Just awesome. Then it goes into Too Late. Another great song. Closer to Heaven. That one's a good song, but kind of, I don't know, not as strong as some. Uh, Standing higher on higher grounds, good. Money Talks. That one, excuse me, getting a little scratchy in the throat here. That one, Money Talks, kind of doesn't really belong on this album to me, but oh well. Inside Looking Out and excuse me, Paseo de Gracia, great ender. Let's love that. Those two ending tunes right there. Solid album, but still not the upper echelons yet. You know, a number of years ago, I probably put this number one, but right now this is number 6. So, La Sagrada Familia, or not, Gaudi. I'm sorry, Gaudi, not La Sagrada Familia. That's the top. That's the first track. Excuse me. Oh. Oh. Tell ya. Gaudi is the guy who started the project, the La Sagrada Familia. So, apologies. Being sick is just, ugh, terrible. So, anyway, on to number 5, the top 5 at 5. Okay, released February 15th, 1985. Vulture Culture. Lose it or you use it. Now, I remember when I first heard this album, or the title song, I'm like, was they trying to fit in mainstream here? But the title song is kind of catchy, though it's kind of suspicious too at the same time. But I do like this album. It has grown on me. First, it's continuing the theme of latching on to different themes. This one, basically different cultures, different, the people and stuff. Let's talk about me for a minute. Like that one. Leads right into it. Gets things going here. Separate Lives, great. Days Are Numbered, The Traveler, love that one. Sooner or Later, great. Vulture Culture, Hawkeye, great instrumental. Somebody Out There, do 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 do, do do do, and then ends with The Same Old Sun. That song I love. And the same old sun will rise in the morning, and the same bright eyes will welcome me home. Just awesome song. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you've never heard this album, it's great. So, and so anyway, on to number 4. Okay, released November of 1985. Album that when I first saw the cover, I'm like, what the heck are they doing here? I'm talking about Stereotomy. Kind of a computerized situation here. Of course, when you open it up, you get this. So, kind of a fun situation. Of course, on the back, that's all you get on the back. Of course, when you pull it out, crying out loud, you can get the lyrics. I think. Yeah. So, kind of a cool little thing. Now, I notice if you turn this around, turn the inner sleeve around in this, you get this whole thing is different. But I'm not going to do that right now. Or when I put this on, I'm like, this is really a harder harder album, hard rocker. Title song, Stereotomy. We can make it together. You got John Miles doing the vocals. And Eric Woolfson also. Beaujolais. Great Chris Rainbow doing the vocals on that one. Urbrania, instrumental. Limelight, great song. In the Real World, love that one. Where's the Walrus, instrumental, kind of a Beatles tribute there. Light of the World, my favorite track. Love that one. Light of the World. Just love it. Chinese Whispers, my least favorite track. And excuse me, Stereotomy 2, the ending. It's only minute 21. Fantastic album. If you've never heard this, check it out. I mean, it's a lot harder than what came in, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I might be wrong, but it just... And some of it reminds me of, like Limelight. You know, it was right there, but I can't think of it right now. But it reminded me of another band. But anyway, dang sickness is just, ooh. So anyway, definitely check it out. Stereotomy. Definitely worth the listen. Of course, thing is, it wasn't a big commercial success like Vulture Culture. And with Vulture Culture, that's what they're trying to press for, is more commerciality, which they did get. But I think they maybe sacrificed a little bit by pressing that commerciality. So they got that progressivity back. So anyway, on to number 3. Okay. Next album, when I first heard it, I didn't quite know what to make of it. I'd heard stories about it and how it wasn't quite a Alan Parsons Project album, but it was. And I'm like, do I want to buy it, or do I want to forget, or just go with what I got? Then I decided, well, I'll take a chance. You know, enough people pricked my imagination, my curiosity. So I went and bought it, and I'm so glad I did. Released June 25th, 1976. Talking the debut, Tales of Mystery and Imagination. Not the original cover, but it will do. This album, I almost put my number one. But my number one, well, we'll get into that. This album, they were, deciding what they wanted to do, basically. They didn't know exactly what direction they were going to go. And a lot of bands, when you start out, you're trying to feel your way, decide what type of music, what genre, how hard, how light. Well, perfect example, Priest. You go back, check out their first album, Rock'n'Rolla. Guarantee you, if you've never heard Jesus Priest Rock'n'Rolla, you listen to it now for the very first time, you're going to say, "That's not Priest. There's no way in hell that is Judas Priest." I mean, and I remember the first time I heard it, I'm like, this is more of a bluesy hard rock, and I love Priest's first album. Is it their best? No, I do like it, but I wouldn't put it as number one. But it's a prime example of how a lot of times bands with their first album, they don't know exactly what they're going to do. They're feeling their way. And right here with Tales of Mystery and Imagination, that's what Eric and Alan were, I believe, trying to do. It starts out with a dream within a dream. And there's different versions. Now, mine doesn't have Orson Welles doing the dialogue on it. There's one that does. Mine doesn't have that. On one, I think on YouTube Music, where he does some dialogue. It goes into the Raven, which is I love. The tale, and basically this is a salute to Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah, it says Orson Welles' narration does not appear on the original '76 mix of the album. It does, however, in the '87 remix, especially on Dream Within Dream. Yeah. Okay. And the extended prelude to the fall of House of Usher. Okay. Telltale Heart, the cask of Amontillado, the systems of Dr. Ta and Professor Feather. I love that one. And then you got the massive fall of the House of Usher. And it all ends with To One in Paradise. I mean, if you've never heard this album, you have to. I mean, it's a prerequisite to enjoying, to listen to any of Alan Parsons' albums. In fact, if anybody was asked me, Davies, which album should I start out with? I'd tell them this one, Tales of Mystery and Imagination. This album starts it out perfectly, I believe. And it just flows. I mean, there's stumbling here, with Eve and Pyramid, but still, this starts it out to me perfectly. And the big epic, the fall of the House of Usher, just awesome. I just love it. So, but yeah, check this out. Make your own determination. You won't be sorry. In fact, if you can get the one with Orson Welles doing the narration, all the better. I think his narration just adds to the whole atmosphere of the album. And I tell you, this, I wish he'd come and speak for me right now. Boy, getting a little winded here. Excuse me. Apologies. Please forgive me. Oh. Oh. But anyway, that's my number 3, Tales of Mystery and Imagination. On to the number 2 and number 1. Okay. Hark back to that day when you're listening to the radio, or when you used to listen to the radio. I hardly ever listen. The only time I listen to the radio is when it's at the shop. But those bygone days when you could listen to the radio and actually hear something brand new and unique and good instead of this hip hop boom, 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 boom stuff. Hark back to that time when you heard this ding 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 ding, and it starts building and building, and it just immediately grabs your attention. And you're like, what the heck is this? And it's building and building. And then it goes into, it fades and then goes into this awesome, awesome song. Hark back to that. Hark back to when you first heard an album that was released in May 1982, Eye in the Sky. Hark back to that day when you first heard the title track, the first 2 tracks, Cirrus and Eye in the Sky. I was enthralled. I'm like, who is this? Of course, Parsons. I'm like, oh, need I ask? I was in love. I went out, grabbed. In fact, I got this on vinyl first, and then, of course, I had to buy it. This has got the bonus discs, or bonus tracks, I should say. I mean, I just wore the heck out of it. Still playable, the vinyl. But it's just, I mean, Cirrus, like I said, opens up with Cirrus, then goes an Eye in the Sky. Eye in the sky, looking at you. I can read your mind. Then goes into Children of the Moon. And Gemini. Gemini is all right. That one's a little boring to me. Silence and I, love it. Sad song, I just, oh. You're gonna get your fingers burned. Love that one. And it goes into psychobabble. Love that one. Mama Gamma, great little instrumental. Step by step, little by little, do 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 do. And then it ends with Old and Wise. Great ender. That one, uh, probably my favorite song on the whole album, Old and Wise. Like I said, this comes with bonus tracks. Serious Demo, which is totally different from what they released the original album with. Uh, Old and Wise with Eric Woolfson doing the vocals instead of, I think, who did, Colin Blunstone did the vocals on Old and Wise instead of Eric. Eric does a good, vocals are okay, though I think Colin does a little bit better job on the vocals. Then I got Any Other Day studio demo by Eric, instrumental. Silence and I. Let's see. Another demo. Then you got The Naked Eye and Eyepieces. Instrumental medleys. A bunch of stuff thrown together. Kind of interesting. But all in all, the original remastered stuff on there, just awesome. Just doesn't get any better. So definitely, if you've never heard this album, you need to. It's classic Alan Parsons. So a lot of people say, he was trying to go do go a little bit disco-y there. Maybe so, but a lot of people were getting accused of that back in the day. So anyway, on to number one, and of course, all you Alan Parsons Project fans will know what my number one is, and a lot of you probably will understand why it's my number one. Released July 8th, 1977. What a lot of people consider the debut, but it's not. I, Robot. I was going to put Eye in the Sky as number one, but this one I just love just a teeny bit better. And when I first got this, I want to say this is the first Alan Parsons Project album I bought. I can't remember if I bought this one first or Turn to the Friend Card. I believe it's this one I bought first. I can't remember for sure. So long ago. So many years ago. I just love the heck out of this album. Starts out with I, Robot. Haunting. Great. Just, awesome. There's the man right there. Then goes to I Wouldn't Want to Be Like You. Probably, I believe, their first hit song. Some Other Time, Some Other Place. Love that one. I break down in the middle and lose my thread. Love that one. Don't Let It Show. Love that one. The voice is good. Not a 100% fan, but it's still good. Nucleus, good instrumental. Day After Day, The Show Must Go On, love that one. Then it goes into Total Eclipse. And then thing called Genesis, Chapter 1, Volume 32, Haunting. I mean, it harks back a little bit there at the end to Tales of the Mystery Imagination, but also at the same time it gets them flowing into what's to come. What's to come, they kind of stumble with the next two, I believe. Personally, may be different for you, but with Eve and Pyramid, I think they kind of stumble a little bit right there before they get the ball rolling fully. But here, I mean, this is classic Alan Parsons. So definitely check them out. Check them all out. Of course, Hypnosis doing the cover. Again, why I always lump Pink Floyd and Alan Parsons in the same category because they basically get the covers from the same place, But anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'm trying to get through these, hopefully I can get, I'd like to do a ranking of the album covers of Judas Priest. I believe that's who I want to do next. I'll have to see how this week goes. Hopefully I can get back in the swing of things. But it's just, these past 5 days have just been rough. I hope your day's been great. Go, tell your loved ones you love them. Give them a hug. Tell them you love them. Definitely tell them you love them. All those who watch my videos and who are subscribed, I love you guys. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. I do my best. I may not be the best speaker, but I try. Thank you so very much. Hit the notification bell and leave a comment down below. Leave your own ranking of Alan Parsons. I'd love to see it. You guys over in Europe, thank you so very much. I try to read all your comments. Try to answer them all the time. So, well, all the time, as much as possible. But, I thought everything was going great till last Wednesday, but life has a way of throwing curves, doesn't it? So anyway, all of you have a good week. Stay strong. Keep smiling. Keep rocking out. And we'll see you when we see you. Like I said, if not sooner, I'll definitely have a album cover ranking of Judas Priest next Monday. Hopefully, if sooner, we'll do something else differently for next Monday. But we'll definitely get something going here. So we'll see y'all later.